Call this meeting to order. Let the minutes show that this is the regular scheduled meeting for Carroll County Fiscal Court for August 26th, 2025. At this time, we will stand to do the pledge of allegiance
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we're so thankful again for the opportunity to gather here and talk about our county and make it better and make improvements, Lord. Just pray for your guidance and your wisdom in these conversations, Lord. Just be with our community, Lord. Be with our folks that protect us every day, both in law enforcement, EMS, and fire, and all those folks, Lord. Be with those men and women around the globe that are protecting our freedoms, Lord. And just continue to guide and direct us. And these things we ask in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Need a motion to approve the minute for motion by Billy, second by Benji. All in favor say aye. Budget transfers,
Do we get a copy?
We don't have anything.
nothing. Invoice approvals,
Make a motion to approve.
motion by
I do have one question though, and I guess Kayla, you're probably best suited to answer. Kronos, the time management system we're using, we had a $15,000 charge, and so I guess just how much of that is going to be, one time, and how much of it's going to be, continual maintenance fees and all of those things associated with that system.
I have no idea. I've never seen that invoice.
Okay. Yeah, there was one on here for. So I guess if somebody can get an answer on that, UKG ready time, it was, for basically a year was $8,000. That's probably the yearly maintenance. And then there was a retinal intouch, it was like $4,000 and stuff. So I guess one kind of keep.
I know the machines, the four timekeeping machines are rented. And then might be a separate charge for the finger scanner as well.
Okay, yeah,
Those are
there's
separate.
already a rental touch, yeah, that's $1,200.
I think David's going to say.
And I was gonna ask something too, the skid steer, are we still using Warner and we're paying out like $4,200 a month?
Yeah, you said we were.
I think we still have it on video. Still have it.
Is there any way we could possibly turn that in since we've got a new one coming?
That's up
We're
to,
gonna need it this week.
Okay, well, what about after this week?
If we get done that job, I don't know if we're gonna get done that job at Warfield or not. Might have to have it next week.
Okay, all right.
I think the message is just turn it back in as soon as you can.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so, motion stands to, invoice.
second by Buddy. All in favor say aye.
It's an annual.
Annual. Okay.
Thank you.
Need just to bring up about the tax rate for 25, 26 for County Clerk Danielle Kinman. I just need to make that fiscal aware of that, so I've already done that. So. Bid discussion for walk-in freezer and cooler combo. There was some controversy on the date on that. Did you get that clarified and everything?
Me and Nick talked about a little bit. So we, I guess we really just, there was no other bids. So, because the bid that the company submitted was the bid that they had turned into us, but an updated one, they just didn't change the date on it. So I don't, as far as moving forward with it,
So this is one in addition to what Turner submitted and we approved, or?
no.
No.
Same one.
It's the
The
same
same
one?
one.
Yeah.
But the bid had a bid date on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So as far as I know, I guess we're moving forward on it.
Affected by the bid, the time of the bid, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're good to go.
Okay.
Bid discussion on, I don't know if Mike's here, but on the radio tire and stuff, I have a letter from, Sky High Tires on that today. Received it about where we talked about the extra work up there to do the X-raying and the ground because of the undermine. But I've got a letter from Sky High Tires saying that we don't have to do that. And that's the reason for the the upcharge on the foundation and stuff. So they're taking consideration of that. So we really don't have to do anything extra. If they run into problems, we can contact the Geo study, Cornerstone, Geotechnical. So we'll probably move forward with all that stuff.
Okay, so I want to make sure though, because the geo study basically established where our bedrock was, and it's not true bedrock, but we have no idea what's underneath that. So I don't know if that's what that means. That we don't have to do any further geological to make sure there's no harsh geology underneath that.
It's taken off of us liability if something does go wrong. Sky High's gave us a letter stating that.
We have a civil, geotechnical engineer that's advised us to do some additional ground penetrating radar due to concerns of two sinkholes on either side.
Sinkholes, one to dry up pond, and the other.
They are registered
That I can tell you, because
sinkholes.
I was there when that trailer park was there, and the pond.
They are registered on the geological survey as sinkholes.
That's really not what they were.
Okay, if we're willing to take the liability, then chances are we'll find.
Liability going back to Sky High Tires if they run into a problem. And that's the reason the up price on the foundation and the base and everything. That's the reason they take into consideration of going deeper and wider with it. So, do we have, I guess we'll just go ahead and move forward with that, whatever, with them. And if they run into a problem, they're gonna contact the Cornerstone.
But it's on them, not us.
Yes. And that's what it said. It just protested it for 9 degrees. Go to a concrete, so. And that's what they're gonna do, so. On here is the interlocal agreement with the city's discussion. I've got one back from Jen that I know of. Don't think we have any back from any other place that I know of at this point. So,
Judge, I did speak with Mr. Thompson, who represents several of the other cities, and he indicated that for the ones he represents, he had some questions, we resolved those, and I think they're proper forthcoming.
okay. Thank you, Nick. On here about, I guess, and then Nick, this is something for you too, is the animal shelter, the Gator Guard flooring, the warranty expires the 1st of October. Have we had anything?
Yes, it is on my work list. I've already reached out to Gator Guard once. We exchanged some information. I reached out to them the second time after Teresa brought it up at the last meeting I was at. Haven't had any response. I'll follow back up with them before this week.
Okay, thank you, Nick.
Trying to get a Zoom call set up or something where we can actually sit with Teresa and Judge and myself and talk through how we need to get it resolved.
Thank you. Okay, we're down to department head reports. Hope Center, we have a report from Nancy. Do we have anything else that we need to?
I just want to remind everyone, we are coming up to our 2nd year anniversary, and we just want to really thank the Fiscal Court for everything that you're doing to support us and making the program what it is. We are going to do a small celebration on the 4th.
September 4th?
just, you know, just us, but, again, I just wanted to thank you all. We couldn't do what we do without your all support.
You back
What
at
you
it?
do, Nancy. So I guess one of the things on here, like you talked about, them working with Clay on either side and all that, so y'all got that worked out as far as.
I'm doing it, I'm doing it.
Oh, yeah, okay, well, awesome.
We're gonna use it in the basement, and I'm the only one that's gonna.
Okay, very good. Well, thanks for all you do there, so.
Carroll County Dispatch has a report I put in y'all's basket. He's not here. And he turns it in early, like first of the month when they run all theirs off, so
I didn't see that, did you guys get one?
y'all get one. It's just a number of calls and stuff that they got at dispatch or something. Already emailed it down, so. It's just a number of calls that we run through dispatch this year, or this next month and anyway, it's not much to it, just a number of calls that we run through dispatch on last month. Moving on. Solid waste, we have PJ report. PJ, you have anything additional?
You all read my report. All I is, I just think in the really near future, we need to sit down and have like a serious discussion about making the code enforcement board working better, because it doesn't matter how much I do on this end, if we can't move forward through the board or anything like that, we're at a standstill. We may need to have 5 instead of 3. We may need to do a little revamping of the ordinance again, but we need to get everything together instead of doing one time this one and the next time this one. Kind of see what we need that's gonna work and tweak it, and probably have to do the ordinance again at some point.
So when we got two that show up, was it they were had conflict, hadn't heard about the meeting, you know,
What,
do you have, couldn't proceed with any cases, didn't have a quorum, didn't show up. So I didn't,
I hope one of them was work related, so.
it wasn't, I was just curious what it was, so accommodating their schedule, or was it something that came up then?
I mean, we weren't told anything, they should show up.
So
Did they call you and let you know they weren't gonna show up? No.
Well, one, as Benji said, was work related.
Yes.
2, as we said, the board does not necessarily have to convene until an appeal is filed to the board of the decision of the code enforcement officer. I think we have one of those that has been actually brought in, not even per the ordinance, but it was the verbiage that came in, DJ wasn't here. So that's the only issue we have. When that happens, when an appeal is filed, then the board has to be scheduled an actual meeting. Okay? But board technically does not have to meet every month unless there is something for the board to take action. So we have to get that in our head first as to how this works.
I think the other value of the board in my mind was though to help ensure consistency and helping maintain momentum and making sure people are keeping the ball moving.
But the board is not an oversight for the code enforcement officer. The board is not there to go out here and investigate. The board is there to hear appeals, and that's it.
I might jump my turn a little bit here, but PJ and I attended a training in Kenton County this month, in Kenton County PDS. They handle code enforcement for like 20 cities in Erlanger. So they've got it on lock. They have to do it with multiple different code enforcement ordinances. They have to follow many different procedures because different cities have different requirements. So with that, PJ and I discussed that we are going to sit down with Nick, go through things and try to figure out, like Nick said, a better method here where the board doesn't need to meet, and they really probably shouldn't be meeting every month Because the other issue is if you have your board meeting every month, you're essentially having your judge or jury meeting every month to discuss what she's investigating that could end up making it difficult for the board to operate in the future. So part of the discussion we were gonna have with Nick when we set up this meeting to talk about everything we learned in Kenton County was making it much more on a, like you have a meeting set every month, but if 7 days out, you don't have any appeals, you cancel the code enforcement board meeting because they shouldn't be meeting if there's not an appeal. That was one of the things we were gonna discuss with Nick.
Okay, that may have been a misunderstanding on my part, and because part of it was, what I thought the advantage of the board was, if you've got somebody that continues to just be given more extensions and extensions and extensions, and you got another guy you're dropping the hammer on, I thought the board was there to also help provide some consistency as to why is this guy getting 27 chances and this, that type of stuff. So that may be my.
The board can provide consistency as to matters before the board, but until the matter comes before the board doesn't have jurisdiction of that case.
Okay, any further discussion? Yeah, thank you, Jay. Animal shelter director, Teresa. Nothing more. Senior center director, Francis.
Just what I gave you guys. It's all on that paper.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about it?
We're moving forward with the ban, I will.
Okay.
That, it's kind of out of our hands, it's with them, but it's to do with the state stuff, how they get it done, so it will be eventually, so. Road department supervisor, do you have any other?
Yes, how much road salt you in order?
As much as we went through last year, so, I'd say I do at least the 500 tons. Like that's, I think that's what we usually do, but I will go ahead and get that order. Yes, sir. Okay, we've got our bid price down on it and everything, so. Okay. Anybody got questions?
Another thing too, Jimmy said, this job, we're gonna go to Warfield, he found a place to dump back there on the job. And Mark Lewis' son got the hollow, he wants to fill in, dump that concrete, solid,
Concrete from where?
job, road wide job.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Mark Jackson. They have a place out there to put it.
Yeah.
Don't we have to get agreement signed?
I would do an agreement with them, Nick, would you say to do that? And then, once we got the agreement that they would take it, we can do it then. Both parties need to sign it, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Parks and Rec, they leave.
Anything other than what's on there?
How's the pickleball and tennis court stuff coming?
It's finished up. I did inquire to see if we were on the hook for any of that, but I'm not hearing anything back from Jesse on that.
Okay.
There are still 1 and 2 millimeter cracks around all the posts of the chain link fence. I don't know if.
I think the chain, that might be on us because we did the chain link fence, so.
Well, they did it as part of the installation.
Right, but I'm saying it's our fan.
They get that clarified because they'll.
I will.
I appreciate the effort to get it done because the next one, Saturday and, or Friday, Sunday and Monday nights, and then there's 30 people out there.
And I don't know if we've talked about this or not, JP, or whatever, somewhere, about putting up some kind of signs about keeping the volleyballs and.
I ordered signs from, or actually I have requested a quote from, the sign folks over in Madison. I don't know
if it.
It's not any good, we'll put it out there.
Some leeway for, we go on there and tell them they need to get it off, but it is posted and whatever. It's the same way with the state.
Well, the very first thing on the rules says use courts for intended purposes.
Yeah, I know.
So, but yeah.
I would definitely get it if it's, you know, put it in high vis lettering or something, so that people at least
And
know.
bilingual.
Yeah, and I would look at that also.
Appreciate that, because they've done damage to the nets and everything else by kicking the soccer balls into them.
Okay, thanks, JP. EMS Director Mike, you have anything other than your report?
Yeah, actually, I forgot to put in there that our bid went out last Friday for 2 Lifepack 35s and 2 stair chairs.
Okay.
So should be opening that bid at the next fiscal court meeting. And then I was contacted by our billing company, and there was a question about our process on how we do attorney requests on stuff. Apparently they get some of that as well, and we normally send out any kind of requests or anything from the attorneys and different things. And I guess there's some confusion on that. They said that they're supposed to handle that, and I guess we handle that as well. And they're saying we pay billing for that. And when I talked to Jennifer about it, she said that we like to keep that in-house. So I'm just kind of checking on that and seeing where you all stand on that. If that's something you all want to keep in-house, or
I don't see why they would be handling the medical record part, but they could, I mean, definitely handle the billing part since they're the biller.
well, yeah, the billing part, yes.
So they're saying they do just the billing part or the medical record part as well?
I guess the medical record part too, is what they're saying.
It's up to you, I mean, what works best.
I can give it
If
to
we're
you
paying
all
for the
afterwards.
service, then there's no reason for us not to be using the service. If we're not using the service and we don't want to use the service, then we need to drop that from our contract and save that money.
But I think the agreement was when we went with this 911 billing, anything medical record wise, they would take care of doing it.
And they need to be doing it.
And that's what they're asking now. You know, they need to make sure they're doing that.
Okay, so we need to stop doing it ourselves.
We don't really have to do it unless you get a court order or something.
Right. They are our representatives, so
Yes.
they are us. So if they do it, then they do it.
Yeah, and we've been doing it, I guess we've always done it forever. And
Yeah. You might double check with them and talk to them more about it. I'm pretty sure that was the agreement when we went with them. They would take care of all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You might double check with them though.
I'll get with you all kind of, next time we get all that stuff cleared up, but I wanted to ask and make sure on that. So, all right, thank you. That's all I got.
Any other questions? Director of Government Service, Matt?
You all have my report. The one thing that I do want to point out or discuss a little bit, there are 3 quotes in front of you for 2 playgrounds out of the county park. It's to replace most of the playgrounds out there. We are currently budgeted for $250,000 for county playgrounds. I went ahead and had Brian Knoll from DWA give us some quotes ranging from $100,000 to $150,000 to $200,000. So those will be the county playgrounds there. They said that if we can get them ordered by the end of this month is what they're pushing for. If we decide to do it, they can get them installed fairly quickly. I do think there is a little lead time there, so we have a little bit longer than just the end of the month. Again, DWA is the one that we use through Purchase Pros for the county park at KSOC. DWA does have a current contract with Purchase Pros. Purchase Pros has already done the competitive bidding process, and DWA is the one who won the contract, so they do have an active contract with them. So we should be fine on all of those fronts. I've talked to Nick. He said as long as they've got the active contract with Purchase Pros, I think Nick said he's okay with it. I'm double checking to get any other information Nick might want, but we should be fine from the competitive bidding process there. So the only thing that I would say is if anybody has any questions, I'm here. Other than that, we do have the 3 quotes in front of you.
I recommend that the masters take a look at those quotes. Have any questions, either get ahold of Matt and myself, or both of us, so we can sit down and discuss them and move forward by no later than the first meeting next month.
Okay, so decision at that meeting.
I'd say we'll make a decision at that, gives us some leeway, gives them some leeway too. Yeah. Okay? Is that all you got, Matt?
Yes.
Daniel, Rose, Taylor, I know we just approved that you go ahead with that.
Yes. You guys have, how I keep in front of you.
Yes.
I will go ahead and make you aware of an event that happened yesterday. One of our drains and one of our cells, has gotten clogged up. We had, a plumbing company come in, try to snake it out. They broke off their snake inside there. They have been working hours trying to get that out. They may end up having to jackhammer out that it's in a particular pod, so we can lock that down as needed. But they may end up having to jackhammer out to get down in there and get that removed. So they're still trying different things today, as of this morning, to try to get that unhooked and pulled out. But that may be coming, I'm not sure. I'll figure out more when we get back this afternoon, so I'm not sure.
So, once they do that, will that open that drain up, or do we have to fix that drain once?
They did get a bunch of stuff removed from the drain. Was that one we particularly had problems out of?
Yes, sir.
That particular drain has been giving us some issues, so I'm really not real knowledgeable of exactly what's to come. They got a bunch of stuff out. They were backing their snake out and it got hung up. Is what was explained to me, and then it broke off. So I don't think it's clogged any longer, but it has been an ongoing problem with cloggings, and I'm not sure what the extent of this is going to be yet. So.
We had talked at the last meeting, or maybe the one before, I think, Tony, you were the only one here, about the windows in the pods and so forth, and you guys getting an updated quote.
Yes,
sir. What have you made any progress on that?
I have reached out to them. They're working on that.
Okay.
I talked to them 2 weeks ago, so waiting on them to come up.
Okay. Got Brent, Carroll County Coroner, nothing? Good. We got our maintenance gentleman here today, our maintenance supervisor. Rick, do you have anything you need to bring up or talk about today?
Outside, we're 90% complete on LED conversions in the county buildings that I'm working on.
Okay.
Descendants working on the rest of the buildings. I guess we're going to prep today for tomorrow. Castle getting their gazebo and carport put in tomorrow, so
yeah.
As soon as that's done, I guess we need to get it striped and put the curbs down. We'll be close to being done after.
Have you ever had a chance to look at the toilet at the nature center that's been problematic?
Yes, I have, not to the extent.
Okay. We have Bill Lewis from 3CDC.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Have anything to bring up?
Everybody, yes. A couple things. I'm working with Scott and Aven's team for the track project for the bridge at the back of General Butler that will connect Lock Road. We've got the bridge material list submitted to a company. Once we have that meeting with them, I'm sure who that's with. I don't want to speak out of turn on that, but the goal next month we can bring forward we can tell you who's going to be supporting that material list, and then that'll be kind of the next step forward for that. The Kaisock Trail project, which you approved to start working that access piece, the J Loud Road that would connect the trail over there. September 4th, we have the approval we submitted a mini grant through Three Rivers District for $3,000. That would cover all the materials for the 2 walking bridges that are required for the materials and then clear that path. So goal is we get approved for that mini grant for that. Just for everyone's awareness, this Thursday from 11 to 2, WHAS Great Day Live will be here in town doing a shoot for Main Street. So they're doing shoots across the Kentucky area for Main Street programs. So the Chamber, Tourism, Main Street, and 3CDC has all come together to support that project. So they'll be doing a shoot here around the downtown area, obviously highlighting the building, the businesses that we have to offer and just the continued growth that's taking place here in Carroll County and Carrollton. So also September 3rd, if you've seen the new kiosks downtown that Main Street did, I'm not spoken for Main Street, but I'm just going to promote them. They are doing a presentation of that kiosk at 11:30, which is literally right behind you. So if you're out for lunch, maybe stop by there, give them a shout out, and support to them. And then last but not least, October, 3CDC will be doing a planning session for 2026. So as I advised the city council a couple weeks ago to talk to the mayor, I will advise the magistrates to talk to the judge. If there's anything that 3CDC can do to support you all and collaborate with Matt for any major projects for 2026. I asked you maybe to get with him. He is still a member of our executive board, so he's going to be part of that planning session for next year. And the overall goal is to just set our objectives for next year, whether that's 1 objective or 20 objectives. We'll prioritize those objectives, and then that'll be our goals for next year, to have quantifiable data that we can work off of. So between now and then, I urge you, kind of a call to action to get with the judge, and really any department head as well, to get with the judge and say, look, we need some collaboration on these efforts, and we think 3CDC can help support that. So I encourage you to do that, and I welcome that. So if you have any questions, you can come to me or come to the judge on that. Thanks.
Thank you. Jessica, our regional interstate feeder program. Do you have anything you want to talk about today?
Yeah, good to be here. So tomorrow we're gearing up for a day in Frankfurt. We're going to go for a community profile day with the Academy of Economic Development. Our 6 judges will be there with us, and then our other leaders from around the counties. So we'll meet with their leadership and other leaders from Frankfurt. It's really a way for us to stay top of mind for them and to know what sites we're trying to push from around the region. And what we're doing here is great, but it really matters that we go and speak to them and let them know what we have here to offer and what we need from them. So it's really a day of advocacy. I'm working on a couple of KPDI submissions across the region. One that could affect us here in Carroll County is a regional project we're working on in the agriculture sector. Would be located in Trimble County, but obviously would have a pretty big impact on all of us regionally. So more to come on that. We're kind of in the middle of the application process right now. Those are due in September. Working with the USDA on some rural facilities grant opportunities so that we can push some of that money back to our counties. I have some ideas for here in Carroll, so more to report on that as I kind of work through what that process looks like. And then I'm sitting on the Rural Development Task Force with the Cabinet, and something we're working on right now is pretty top of mind around our corridor, and I'm sure you've heard, is our data center guidelines and regulations. Obviously, if you look at the news or Facebook or anything, you've seen what's happening in Oldham County and kind of how it was handled there. And so my goal for our region is that we handle it the opposite. As we go down our counties, we want to make sure that we're proactive and we're thinking about what their questions are going to be and what their demands are going to be, and how we are best supporting our communities and making decisions on whether that's something we want within our counties or not. So that's something that we're kind of working through in meetings that are happening right now. And then last month, KEDA hosted a GIS training for all of our counties so that you could get into our system, and I think Matt was there and a couple of others to figure out how to use our GIS guru system. So if there's a piece of property or a plot or a potential building site you want to look at, you guys all have access through that through the KEDA website. That's it.
I got a question for them. Okay. Moving on. Judge's comment, I was going to bring it up for the, Rick's already brought it up about the gazebo and the carport will be installed tomorrow at ISOC. Um, Also, we've got a thank you letter from JCTC for our contribution to them. It's just in the GED program and all. And other thing after this is over, I've got a bid here for the senior building that I need the approval if we want to move forward with that, or if you have any questions on it. It's to the backside of the senior building, and that needs to be painted and some block work done and some capping done on top of it and everything. It's from Jim's Construction. So we might let y'all, I might have y'all look at that, and if y'all have any questions, then we'll move forward with that. But we do have the money in the budget for the maintenance and stuff of the senior building. That's pretty much all I have. I don't know what got coming, anything. I don't know what's going to bring up the playgrounds on the county park, but we've already touched that base and get that taken care of. That's pretty much all I have right now. So, go to the county attorney for comments.
Judge, the only thing I have, Ms. Hines will be on site Thursday afternoon to meet with you or people in your office. Also, he's thinking department heads, since you're all here, it's a good time to talk. If you all are positioned, should be writing job descriptions for, et cetera. So she'll need a list of those, and also probably reach out to you all to get information and details on this. So, but she'll be here Thursday afternoon.
Master comments, we'll start with Mr. Long.
Okay. Judge, one thing I've got is, still got some thoughts about 1492. It's a 3.2 mile marker where there's road slipping.
It's a 3.2?
Yeah. And then 389, there's a bad spot on it. It's the 5.7 mile marker.
Is that the 389 from 55 to the interstate? Okay, they're aware of that one.
Okay. It's because it's bad.
Yeah. Is that what Mr. Pate told you about last time?
And then this here county, I want to thank the senior y'all's report. I know y'all been working hard on Jimmy, working on mow trimming and stuff. Appreciate all that. One thing I got is Wright's Ridge, Notch Leg. There's a stop sign needs some mow trimming there in Carroll, and y'all be down District 1 area. Other than that, that's it. I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Master Long, Master Carroll.
I don't have a whole lot. Looks like fall's gonna be here, honestly, like a good regular winter or salt. I don't have a whole lot to say, but thanks everybody for what you do. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys meeting with me yesterday after to get some of that done. And I got to meet with Nick, so we'll get that taken care of. So I think my road's in pretty good shape, other than 227 that slipped out there.
Still on it?
Still on it, and to get done, so that's all I have.
I do know that what they put there to control that underground spring has worked. So now I guess it's just when they're going to work on it. So, if something changes. Okay. Master Knight.
Yeah, just, I guess biggest thing, kudos to the road department. Appreciate all, again, like Mr. Long said, working hard on District 1. Talked to Jimmy about Black Rock, and that's a long road, and we spent a lot of time, over 3 weeks, so appreciate all the efforts there. I know constituents do as well. I guess I did have a quick question on Briar Fork there. Do you know, is that little slide where it's kind of right along the creek, is that going to still get repaired this year? Okay. Yeah, I see it looks like somebody had things surveyed, put up a brand new fence and everything else, so it might make life a little bit more difficult to get that fixed now with that new fence there. So I'll take a look at that. I appreciate the efforts. I know you got in your report here, the District 3 stuff, been pouring some concrete to put some walls up, and, I guess, Judge, I don't know, I did talk to Brian out at Hinkle, but I assume the plant's up and running now. I know they were going through qualification studies, 10 days ago, so I don't know, Gino, if you know anything different, but hopefully we'll see them out in the county and doing some work, because they owe us state roads, dividing the ridge and South Fork, those gotta be done, and quite a few places in the county, so I'm just curious on that. Hopefully they get up and running. Other than that,
Jimmy, I was going to ask you about the, you could contact Ken Authority about some of the hill slides on 36, just to make what their schedule's like, I'm trying to get some of those fixed.
36 West?
Yes.
yeah, there's one on East too, right there, 467, that's. So.
I will tell you this, that, if y'all haven't seen that, we kind of got a late notice on it. That was not our fault, but sometimes when they do maintenance work, they don't let us know that it is scheduled maintenance work. But if y'all haven't seen that, they are working on I-71 in this county. They are trying to do an upgrade to keep it holding together and for the next 2 to 5 years. Work that will be done to widen that road, widen I-71, but they are doing a lot of milling and re-asphalting and everything, so they do it pretty much like it started, like at 8 p.m. to 8 in the morning, so, but I have noticed some changes in some of the spots out there. They're going to be there for a little while yet. I think that's completion date's not maybe the end of October or in October sometime, so weather permitting and everything. So.
About time.
Well, you know, I'm still pushing right now, even before they do the widening of the interstate. I know there's a lot of project there, or a lot of work there to do, because we've got about 8 bridges in this county. That is a big cost expense. There's a lot of work for all those bridges, and they're not like bridges, they might be overpasses, but they're considered bridges. But I'm still pushing for north and southbound for a 3rd lane to get the trucks over to the right so we won't slow traffic down. I'm still pushing for that. It's on the SHIFT program. When they do it, I have no idea. But anyway, I do push for that every time just to get that part of it done and everything. So that's all I have. I don't think we have anything for executive session, do we, Nick? Nothing. So I basically need a motion to adjourn.